Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for a small pouch. Yes, it's a pouch, but if you want you can use it as a home decor as well. So here it is. This is our cute little sunflower pouch, or you can use it as a home decor. Now here it is. We have created a pouch out of it, so it opens up here like this, and you can have any small items into this one. I'm gonna have my this AirPods and this one, and here it is. It fits really well here like this, and now you can simply close this one from here, from the back here like this. Now if you want to have this one as your home decor, simply just remove this part, and here it is. Your this beautiful sunflower home decor is here. And don't worry, I will explain everything into the video. Now for this one I've used my 100% cotton yarn, and for this one I've used my this 3mm of the hook. Here it is. So let's begin. So here it is. We will start with our magic circle, and we will start from here. So here it is. Just have your yarn and have your this magic circle here, and grab your this yarn. Here it is. And now here I'm going to have just a chain one. Now this chain one is not a stitch. I've made this chain one only to secure my this magic circle. And now we will have 6 single crochets into this magic circle for our round number 1. So for that, insert your hook into this magic circle, grab your yarn. You're going to have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and this is your first single crochet. And go to this magic circle again, grab your yarn and have your this second single crochet, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here it is. Have you the 6 single crochets here, and now we will pull our this yarn over this end, and we will close our this magic circle here. So here it is. We got our this 6 single crochets here, and it looks like this. And now for round number 2, we will insert our hook into this first single crochet. So insert your hook into this first single crochet. Here it is. Grab a yarn and have a slip stitch here. So we're going to have a slip stitch here, and now we will have a chain 1. So here it is. For our round number 1, we will have 6 single crochets, then have a slip stitch and a chain 1 to close your this work, your this round number 1. And now for our round number 2, we will have 2 single crochets into this each single crochets from over this previous round. So here it is. We will again go to this first stitch. So this is our first stitch, and I will insert my hook into this first stitch again, and we'll grab the yarn, and we'll have 2 single crochets here. So here it is. It's 1 and 2. Now here, this is your first single crochet. If you want, you can have a stitch marker here so that you will remember that this is your first stitch. I will not need a stitch marker, so I'm not going to have it, but it's completely optional. You can have your stitch marker to remember that this is your first single crochet. And now we will have 2 single crochets into each stitch from over this previous round, and for this round, round number 2, we are going to have 12 single crochets. So again, we will go to this next stitch. This is our next stitch. Insert your hook into this next stitch, grab your yarn, and here again we're going to have 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2. Again, go to this next stitch, insert your hook, grab your yarn, and have 2 single crochets here. So it's 1 and 2. Again, into this next one, have 2 single crochets. So that's going to be our 8 single crochets. And into this next stitch, again we're going to have another 2 single crochets, and that's going to be our 10 single crochets. And we are here on over this last stitch, and here again we're going to have 2 single crochets, so that's going to be our 12 single crochets. Here it is. So we got over this 12 single crochets here. Now here, our next 2 stitches, this one is our slip stitch, and this one is our chain 1. So we will skip over this slip stitch and a chain 1. So here it is. This is our slip stitch and a chain 1. We're going to skip over this next 2 stitches, and this is our first stitch. So we will go to this first stitch, insert your hook into this first stitch, grab your yarn, and have 1 slip stitch here like this, and that's how we will close over this round, round number 2. Now for our round number 3, have the slip stitch, have a chain 1, and we will again go to this first stitch. So again, go to this first stitch, insert your hook, grab your yarn, and have 1 single crochet here. And now Go to this next stitch, and here we're going to have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Here again we will go to this next stitch, and here we're going to have only 1 single crochet. So grab yarn and have 1 single crochet, and again we will go to this next stitch, and here we're going to have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Now keep on repeating this pattern. Again, if you want, you can have a stitch marker on your this first stitch. Sorry, I forget to tell you that. If you want, you can have a stitch marker on your this first stitch. So if you're using a stitch marker, don't forget to have your stitch marker on every first stitch of your every round. And here it is. We're going to repeat over this pattern. So here again, for next stitch, we're going to have 1 single crochet into this one stitch, and into the stitch after that, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. Keep on repeating this pattern, 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets, and by the end of this round, round number 3, we're gonna have 18 single crochets, 1 8, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. And here it is. Again, at the end of this round, round number 3, I got my this 18 single crochets, and now here we got over this next 2 stitches. This is our slip stitch and a chain one. So we will skip over this next 2 stitches, and we will go to this first stitch of our this round, round number 3. Insert your hook into this first stitch of your this round number 3. Grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here, and that's how we will finish up our this round, round number 3. And now for our round number 4, have a chain one, and now we will again go to this our first stitch. Insert your hook into this first stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet here. And now we will go to this next stitch, and here into this next stitch we will have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So here it is, it's 1 and 2. Again we will go to this next stitch, insert your hook in this next stitch, grab yarn and have 1 single crochet only. And here it is, we got about this first 4 stitches here. So it's 1 2 3 and 4. And now we will repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round, round number 4. So again we will go to this next stitch, insert your hook, grab yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next one and have 2 single crochets here. So it's 1 and 2, and go to this next one and have 1 single crochet only. Here it is, it looks like this. Now keep on repeating this pattern all the way around, and by the end of this round, round number 4, we will have 24 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is, I got my this 24 single crochets at the end of this round, round number 4. And now to finish up over this round, round number 4, we will skip over this next 2 stitches. It's 1 and 2. So skip here this next 2 stitches, and now we will go to this first stitch. Now here for our round number 5, to finish over this round number 4, we will go to the back loop of our this first stitch. So remember, this is the first stitch of our this round, round number 4, and I will insert my hook into the back loop of my this first stitch here like this, and grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here, leaving my this first loop or front loop behind. So I'm not going to work on this front loop. I will take only the back loop and will finish up my rounds, and we'll have a slip stitch here. Now here I have a chain 1, and now we will again go to this same stitch, our first stitch, into the back loop of this first stitch. Insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet here. And now onwards we will have our 1 single crochet back loop only on our entire work. So here it is. For our this work here, each single crochet will be our back loop only single crochet. So here it is. First 3 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and remember our stitches will be back loop only single crochets. So here it is, have your first single crochet here, go to this next one, insert your hook into the back loop of your this next stitch and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next one, insert your hook into the back loop of your this next stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. So here it is, first 3 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only on each stitch, and now into this 4th stitch we will have 2 single crochets into our this 1 stitch, and remember our both stitches will be a back loop only single crochets. So again, go to this next stitch, your 4th stitch, insert your hook into the back loop of this next stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next one, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Here it is. So have this 2 single crochets here, and now we are going to repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round, round number 5. So again, first 3 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and remember our stitches will be back loop only stitches. So insert your hook into this next stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next one, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next one and have 1 single crochet here it is. We got our this 3 single crochets back loop only, and now go to this 4th stitch, and here we're going to have 2 single crochets back loop only into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2 here. Repeat this pattern all the way around, and by the end of this round, round number 5, we're going to have 30 single crochets back loop only, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. At the end of this round, round number 5, I got my this 30 single crochets all back loop only, and now we will skip over this next 2 stitches. So this is our slip stitch and a chain 1. We will skip over this next 2 stitches, and we will go to the stitch number 1, and again we will insert our hook into this back loop of this first stitch, grab yarn and have 1 slip stitch, and that's how we will finish over this round, round number 5. And now for our round number 6, chain 1, insert your hook into the back loop of this first stitch, grab yarn and have 1 single crochet here. Go to this next one, insert your hook into the back loop of this next stitch, and grab yarn and have 1 single crochet here. So here it is. First 2 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch, and now into this 3rd stitch we will have 2 single crochets back loop only. So here it is. Insert your hook into this next stitch, into the back loop of this next stitch, and here we're going to have 2 single crochets. It's 1 and 2. Now again for next 2 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Here it is. And now we will repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round, round number 6. So again, next 2 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. It's 1 and 2. Into this 3rd stitch have 2 single crochets back loop only into this 1 stitch. It's 1 and 2. And again next 2 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. It's 1 and 2. Here it is. Now keep on repeating this pattern all the way around on your this round, round number 6, and by the end of this round you're going to have your 36 single crochets all back loop only, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. At the end of this round, round number 6, I got this 36 single crochets, and now again this too is our slip stitch and a chain 1. So we will skip over this next 2 stitches. We will go to the stitch number 1 and insert your hook into the back loop of this next stitch, your first stitch, grab yarn and have 1 slip stitch here, chain 1, and now here first 5 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So here it is. Go to this first stitch and have 1 single crochet back loop only. Go to this next one and have your this 2nd single crochet back loop only. Go to this next one, have your this 3rd single crochet back loop only. Go to this next stitch, have your this 4th single crochet back loop only, and go to this next stitch and have your this 5th single crochet back loop only, like this. And now into our this 6th stitch, this one we're going to have 2 single crochets back loop only into our this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Here it is. And now we will repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round, round number 7, and by the end of this round, round number 7, we are going to have 42 single crochets all back loop only, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. So here it is. Again, next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Next 5 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch, and into the 6th stitch have 2 single crochets back loop only into your this 1 stitch. Keep on repeating this pattern, and I'm going to meet you at the end. And here it is. At the end of this round, round number 7, I got this 42 single crochets, and now I will skip this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. This is a slip stitch and a chain 1. So I will skip this next 2 stitches. I will go to this stitch number 1 here. Will insert my hook into the back loop of this next stitch, here my first stitch, grab your yarn and have your this 1 slip stitch here, and that's how we will finish over this round, round number 7. And now for round number 8, chain 1, and here first 3 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So here it is. Insert your hook into this first stitch and have your 1 single crochet here. Go to this next one and have your this 2nd single crochet, and go to this next one and have your this 3rd single crochet here. And remember, all of your stitches are back loop only single crochets. Now we will go to this next stitch, stitch number 4, and here we will have 2 single crochets back loop only into this 1 stitch. So here it is. It's 1 and 2. Now again, next 3 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Here it is. And now we will repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round, round number 8, and by the end of this round, round number 8, we're going to have 48 single crochets. So again, next 3 stitches, have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch, and into this 4th stitch have 2 single crochets back loop only into this 1 stitch, and then again next 3 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. Keep on repeating this pattern, and I'm going to meet you at the end here with my 48 single crochets, all back loop only stitches. And now here again we will skip over this next 2 stitches, our slip stitch and a chain 1, and we will go to this first stitch, insert your hook into the back loop of your this first stitch, grab yarn and have 1 slip stitch here, and now have a chain 1. And now for round number 9, we will have 1 single crochet back loop only on our first 7 stitches. So here it is, go to this first stitch and have your this 1 single crochet, go to this next one and have your this 2nd single crochet back loop only, go to this next one, 3rd single crochet back loop only into your next one, 4th single crochet back loop only into this next stitch, have 5th single crochet back loop only into this next stitch, have 6th single crochet back loop only, and into this 7th stitch have your this 7th single crochet back loop only. Here it is. So first 7 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only, and now into this 8th stitch have 2 single crochets back loop only. So here it is, it's 1 and 2 here, like this. And now we will repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round, round number 9, and by the end of this round, round number 9, we will have 54 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. So again, first 7 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, first 7 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch, and into this 8th stitch have 2 single crochets back loop only into this 1 stitch, into this 8th stitch. Keep on repeating this pattern, and I'm going to meet you at the end. And here it is. After my round number 9, I got my this 54 single crochets, and now here I will finish up my this round, round number 9. So I'm going to skip my this next 2 stitches, my slip stitch and a chain 1, and I will go to this first stitch, insert your hook into this first stitch, into the back loop of your this first stitch, grab yarn and have 1 slip stitch here, chain 1, and now here first 4 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into this each stitch. So here it is, this is our first stitch, go to that first stitch and have your this 1 single crochet here, go to this next one, have 1 single crochet back loop only, go to this next one, have 1 single crochet back loop only, and go to this 4th stitch and have 1 single crochet back loop only. And here it is, first 4 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only, and now into this 5th stitch we will have 2 single crochets back loop only into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Now again, next 4 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So here it is, it's 1 2 3 and 4. Here it is, and it looks like this. And now we will repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round, round number 10. So again, next 4 stitches, 1 2 3 and 4, next 4 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch, then into this 5th stitch have 2 single crochets back loop only into this 1 stitch, and then again next 4 stitches, 1 2 3 4, have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. Now keep on repeating this pattern all the way around on your this round, round number 10, and by the end of this round we're going to have 60 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you here. All of our stitches will be back loop only single crochets. And here it is, at the end of my this round, round number 10, I got my this 60 single crochets back loop only. And now I will go to this first stitch here. So I'm going to skip my this next slip stitch and a chain 1, go to this first stitch, insert your hook into the back loop of this next stitch, your first stitch here, like this, grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here, like this. Now here we will chain up 8. So here it is, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Chain up 8, and now we will again go to this first stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here, like this, and you will create a loop in here like this. And now we will simply cut our yarn here, secure this last stitch, and now hide this end in, and we are going to make exactly the same for this second part. Now here my stitches are regular stitches, not the back loop only single crochets, but the pattern is same. So here it is. I've got my this two parts here. This is the front part and this is the back part. So here again I've been to 10 rounds and here it is. It looks like this. The only difference is here from our round number 5 we started our back loop only stitches. Here I didn't have any back loop only stitches. I have regular stitches here and I've repeated exact same pattern in here. So here it is. It looks like this, and here after your this back part, after your this last stitch, simply chain up 40 here. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 37, 38, 39 and 40. So here it is. Have this 40 chains, and now I will again go to this first stitch and will insert my hook and will grab the yarn and will have one slip stitch here. And now here we are not going to cut our yarn. So simply do not cut your yarn in here, and here it is. Just leave it like this because we're going to attach our this two parts together. So we're going to need our this yarn. So do not cut your yarn. Here it is. Just leave it. Now hide this end in and I'm going to meet you after that. So here it is. I've hide my this end in and here it is. It looks like this, and now we will go to this round number 4. Now remember, from round number 5 we started our one single crochet back loop only. So here it is. We got about this front loop, and this is our round number 4. So this is the front loop of our round number 4. If you can see this is the stitches of our round number 4. So here you got your this 24 stitches on your this round number 4. Now here we will go to this first stitch. So here it is. You can easily find your first stitch in here like this. Insert your hook into this first stitch and insert your hook into the front loop of your this first stitch like this, and here we will attach our yarn. So here it is. Simply just grab your yarn and attach your yarn into the front loop of our this first stitch here like this, and now chain up 3. So it's 1 2 and 3. Chain up 3, and now we will again go to that front loop. So go to this first front loop, insert your hook into the same stitch into this front loop here like this, and grab a yarn and have one slip stitch here. Here it is like this. Now we will skip over this next stitch. So skip your this next stitch. So this is your next front loop. Skip your this next front loop. Go to this stitch after that and insert your hook again into that same stitch, into this third stitch, into the front loop of your this third stitch. Grab a yarn. I'm just gonna hide my this end in as well. So I'm just gonna have my this end along with my this stitches. So simply just grab a yarn and have one slip stitch here like this. Again chain up 3. So it's 1 2 and 3. Again go to that same loop into this front loop of your this third stitch and insert your hook, grab yarn and have one slip stitch here like this. Again we will skip over this next stitch. So skip over this next stitch, go to the stitch after that. This is the front loop of your this stitch number 5. Insert your hook into this front loop of your this stitch number 5 like this, and I'm just gonna hide my this end along with my this stitch. Yarn over and grab a yarn and have one slip stitch here. Chain 3, 1 2 and 3. Insert your hook into this stitch and grab a yarn and have one slip stitch. Here it is. And now we are going to repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round number 5. So simply skip your this next stitch, skip your this next front loop, go to this next stitch here. After that insert your hook, have your this slip stitch, chain 3 and another slip stitch into this next stitch, and keep on repeating this pattern, and by the end you're gonna have your this 12 stitches. So here it is. You're gonna have your this 12 stitches of your this chain 3 at the end. So keep on repeating this pattern on your this round number 5, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. And here it is. I got my this 12 stitches of my this chain 3, and it looks like this. So here I got my this last stitch. Now I'm gonna skip my this next stitch. This is my last stitch, and I will go to this first stitch. So insert your hook into the front loop of your this first stitch here like this. Grab a yarn and have one extra slip stitch here like this, just to finish up over this round number 1 or round number 4, whatsoever you want to call it. Here it is. Now we will jump up to our round number 5 here. So this one is our round number 5. So again, we will go to this first stitch of our round number 5. Insert your hook into the first stitch of your round number 5 here, like this. This is the front loop. Now grab a yarn and have one slip stitch here. So I have this one slip stitch here. Now here we will chain up 3 again. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Chain up 3, and now here only for our this first stitch, as we have our this one extra slip stitch, I will insert my hook into this slip stitch, and I will insert my hook into my this first stitch as well, like this. So insert your hook into the slip stitch and your this first stitch, the front loop of your this first stitch, like this. Grab a yarn and have one slip stitch here, like this. And we will do it only for our this first stitch, only to hide our that slip stitch. Here it is, like this. Now again we will skip over this next front loop. We will go to this front loop. After that, insert your hook into the stitch here, grab a yarn and have one slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Insert your hook again into that same stitch, grab a yarn and have one more slip stitch here. Here it is. And now keep on repeating this pattern all the way around on our this round number 5, and we will go up to our round number 8 here. So we will go until here, until our this round number 8, and we will finish up our this round number 8. So for next 5 rounds we will repeat our this pattern. So we will repeat our this slip stitch, chain 3 and a slip stitch pattern. So here it is. This is our round number 4. We are working on our round number 5. Go up to your round number 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Go up to your this round number 8. Finish up your round number 8, and I'm going to meet you at the end of this round number 8 with the same pattern. And here it is. After my round number 8, it looks like this. And now here I will cut my yarn and will secure my this last stitch. And now I will hide my this end in, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. It is all done and it looks like this. And now we will change the color of our yarn, and now we will go to this round number 9. So here it is. This is our round number 9. Insert your this hook into the first stitch of your this round number 9 here, like this. And now simply just grab your this second color here, like this, and here we will chain up 2. So here it is, it's 1 and 2. Chain up 2. Now yarn over and insert your hook again into that same stitch, into this front loop of your this first stitch. Insert your hook like this. I'm just gonna have my this loose end along with my stitch, so I'm just gonna hide it along with my this stitches. So here it is, just insert your hook like this and grab your yarn, and now yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and this is your double crochet. Now here we will yarn over twice. So yarn over twice and we will go to this next stitch. So here it is. Go to this next stitch into the front loop of your the second stitch. Insert your hook here like this, and here grab your yarn. You're gonna have 4 loops in your hook. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and this is your 1 treble crochet. Here it is. And now here, after this 1 treble crochet, we will chain up 2, 1 and 2. Now here we're gonna have a picket stitch. So for that, skip your this chain 2 and go to this treble crochet. Insert your hook into this 2 strain of yarn here, like this. Grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here, like this. And now yarn over twice, and we will again go to over this same stitch into the second stitch. Insert your hook, grab yarn, and we are going to have another treble crochet here into over this stitch number 2. Here it is, like this. And now we will go to this stitch number 3. So this is the front loop of our stitch number 3. Now here we're going to have 1 double crochet. So for that, yarn over and insert your hook into this next stitch into the front loop of your this stitch number 3. Grab a yarn and have 1 double crochet here, like this. Now chain up 2, 1 and 2, and insert your hook again into that same stitch into this third stitch, like this. Grab yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. Here it is, like this. And now we will repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round number 9. So now we will go to this next stitch. So here it is. This is our next stitch. This is the front loop of our next stitch. Insert your hook into this next stitch like this and grab yarn and have one slip stitch here. So we'll start with one slip stitch here like this, and now we will chain up 2. So it's 1 and 2. Now yarn over and insert your hook into that same stitch and grab yarn and have one double crochet here. Again yarn over twice and we will go to this next stitch. So here it is. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook into the front loop of your this next stitch here like this, and grab yarn and we're going to have one treble crochet here. So yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops. Now here we're going to have a picot stitch. So for that, chain up 2, go to this treble crochet, insert your hook into this stitch, into this 2 strain of yarn, grab yarn and have one slip stitch here. Now yarn over twice and again go to this same stitch, insert your hook into the same stitch and grab yarn and you're going to have another treble crochet here. So here it is, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops for 3 times. Here it is, and now we will go to this next stitch and here we're going to have one double crochet. So insert your hook into this next stitch, grab yarn and have one double crochet here and chain up 2, 1 and 2. Go to that same stitch again, insert your hook, grab yarn and have one slip stitch here. Here it is. And now keep on repeating your pattern all the way around and I'm going to meet you at the end. And here it is. It looks like this after my round number 9. And now for round number 10. So here it is, we are here. I have just finished my this last petal here. I'm just going to go to this first stitch here. We'll grab my yarn and we'll have a slip stitch here. Here it is. And that's how we will finish over this round. And now we will go at the back. So just go at the back and this is our round number 10. So here it is. We will just go to this first stitch, insert your hook into this first stitch here like this. And remember we are taking the front loop here. So here again take the front loop, yarn over and grab your yarn and have one extra slip stitch here. And now we will repeat our pattern here. So again we will have chain 2, yarn over and have your this one double crochet here. Yarn over twice, go to this next stitch, insert your hook into the front loop of this next stitch, grab a yarn and have one treble crochet here. Here it is, chain 2 and you're going to have a picot stitch here. So have a slip stitch, again yarn over twice and have your this next treble crochet here into the same stitch. Again yarn over and go to this next stitch, insert your hook into the front loop of this next stitch. Here it is, and have one double crochet here, chain 2, 1 and 2. Go to that same stitch, insert your hook into the front loop of this next stitch, the same stitch, and have your this slip stitch here. Here it is, and have your this pattern in here. Now keep on working on this round number 10, and remember we are taking the front loop only, and keep on working on this round number 10 as well, and I'm going to meet you at the end. And here it is. I've repeated my pattern here and I'm here on my this last stitch. Now here I will have my this slip stitch into my this first stitch of my this front loop here, just to finish up my this round. Here it is, and now we can cut our yarn here and secure your this last stitch, and you can hide your this end in, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. It looks like this and it's almost done. Now if you want to have this one as your wall hanging or your home decor, you don't need a back part, but if you are using it as your wallet or a pouch, you are gonna need this back part. So for that we have already made this back part. Now here I've already finished my this 10 rounds and I've made my this loop with this 40 chains. And now here I will go to this. Now this is my first stitch, so I will go next 6 stitches here. So go to this next one, insert your hook into this next stitch, grab a yarn and have one slip stitch here. So we're going to have one slip stitch on next 6 stitches. So here it is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here it is. And now we will go here Now you're gonna have your this loop in here. Count 6 stitches from here. So here it is, it's 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and now I will go to the 7th stitch. So insert your hook into the 7th stitch here on your this back side. Count your 6 stitches from here. It's 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and insert your hook into this 7th stitch. Now remember, we have worked in the front loop only, so we left with our this back loops of our this flower. So here it is, insert your hook into the 7th stitch, grab a yarn and have one slip stitch, and now onwards we will attach our these two parts together with the slip stitch. So here again, insert your hook into this next stitch, insert your hook into the back loop of your this next stitch here like this, grab your yarn and have a slip stitch. Again, go to this next stitch, insert your hook here, again go to this next stitch, insert your hook like this, and yarn over and grab yarn and make one slip stitch. Now here we will have one slip stitch all the way around until here, and we will leave our this last 6 stitches into here. So here it is, we left our 6 stitches here and we will leave another 6 stitches here, so we will leave our this 12 stitches here. So all the way around just have your this one slip stitch on each stitch with this attachment. So we're going to attach our this two parts together, and here you're going to have 48 slip stitches, not this 12 stitches. While attaching these two parts together, you're gonna have your this 48 slip stitches. So we already have our 3 slip stitches here, and we're gonna have 48 slip stitches here, and I'm gonna stop at the 48th slip stitch, and then next 6 stitches we will not attach our work, but we will have slip stitches only on our this second side, on our this second part here. So here it is, I'm going to meet you in here. So in total, if you will count from here, if you will count from here this first slip stitch, I'm going to meet you on my 54th slip stitch. Remember, your this 48 slip stitches, we will attach our this two parts together. So here it is, I'm going to meet you on this side, and I will have my another slip stitches on my this last 6 stitches. So here it is, I'm just going to meet you on here. And here it is, I'm right here. So I have finished my 54 stitches here, out of which 48 stitches I've used to attach my this two parts together. And here it is. And now for this remaining 6 stitches, again we will only work on our this second part, over the second side. So we will not attach our work in here. So just simply go to this next one and have your this next 6 slip stitches only on your this second side. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Here it is. And now I will go to this first slip stitch, insert your hook into this first slip stitch, here it is, and grab a yarn and finish up your work in here like this. And now cut your yarn, secure this last stitch and hide your this end in, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is, our bag or pouch is almost ready, and you can have your this pouch closed like this at the back here like this. And now for our this leaf, we are just gonna need the same hook, and we will have our yarn. Now here we will start with a slip knot, so just have a slip knot here, and we will chain up 12 here, 1 2. So here it is, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So here it is, have you this 12 chains, and now we will turn our work, and here it is, we will skip over this first chain and we will go to the second chain, insert your hook into the second chain here like this, grab a yarn and have one single crochet. Now keep on having one single crochet on each chain, and by the end you're going to have your 11 chains, and I'm going to meet you at the end. Here it is like this. And here it is, I got my this 11 single crochets here, and now here into my this last chain I will add another 2 single crochets. So here it is, it's 1 and 2. So here it is, in total we got 3 single crochets into this last chain. Now we're going to turn our work. So turn your work, and we will go to this first chain, insert your hook into this first chain here like this, and simply insert your hook, grab your yarn and have one single crochet. Now here on our this side we will have 1 single crochet on each stitch for next 8 single crochets. So here it is, we already got over this first 2 single crochets. After this 3 single crochets, we already got over this 2 single crochets, and now we are going to have 8 single crochets on over this side. So that's 1 and 2. Go to this next one and have here this third single crochet. Go to this next one and have here this fourth single crochet. Go to this next one and have here this fifth single crochet. Here it is. We're going to have over this six, 7 and 8. Here it is. We got about this 8 single crochets here, and this is the end of our round number 1. Now for our second round, chain 1, turn your work, and here first 9 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch, but all of our stitches will be back loop only stitches. So here it is. This is our chain 1. Go to this first stitch, insert your hook into the back loop of your this first stitch, grab yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next one, insert your hook into the back loop of your this next stitch, grab yarn and have 1 single crochet. Now here first 9 stitches have 1 single crochet on each stitch, and your stitches will be back loop only single crochets. Here it is, like this. So here it is, first 9 stitches we had our 1 single crochet back loop only on each stitch, and we are here in the middle. So here into our this 10th stitch we are going to have 3 single crochets back loop only into our this 10th stitch, into our this middle stitch. So here it is, insert your hook into the back loop of your this next stitch, and here we're going to have 3 stitches, 3 single crochets. So it's 1, 2 and 3. And now turn your work, and here next 8 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. Remember, 8 stitches. So here it is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Here it is, like this, and this is the end of our round number 2. Now for our round number 3, chain 1, turn your work, and here again for first 9 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So keep on having 1 single crochet back loop only on each stitch for first 9 stitches, and I'm going to meet you after that. Here it is, and here it is. We are here, and now into this next stitch, into this 10th stitch we will have 3 single crochets back loop only into this one stitch. So here it is, it's 1, 2 and 3. And now again next 8 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch, and I'm gonna meet you after that. So here it is, it's 1, 2, 3, like this, and here it is. We got over this next 8 stitches, and this is the end of our round number 3. Now for our round number 4, chain up 1, turn your work, and again first 9 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So here it is, it's 1, 2, 3. Here it is, and now into this next stitch, into this 10th stitch, have 3 single crochets back loop only into this one stitch. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Now again next 8 stitches have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So here it is, it's 1, 2. Here it is. This is the end of our round number 4, and now for our round number 5, again chain up 1, turn your work, and first 9 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So here it is, it's 1, 2, 3. Now again into this next stitch, 10th stitch, we are going to have 3 single crochets into this one stitch back loop only. So here it is, it's 1, 2 and 3. And now next 8 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, and here it is. This is the end of your round number 5. Now here for your first petal, simply just cut your yarn and hide your this end in. So here it is. I've already made my this first petal or first leaf. It's here, and have another one exactly the same. So after your this round number 5 for our this second petal, I'm just gonna go for round number 6 here. So just chain of 1, and here first 9 stitches we will have 1 single crochet back loop only into each stitch. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3. Here it is. Remember, here I have stopped with my 5 rounds. Here I've just extended my this 6th round in here, and now for this next stitch, insert your hook into this next stitch here like this, grab yarn, and here have 1 single crochet, and that's it. And now we will chain up 10 here. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So have this 10 chains. Now have you this pouch, and I will go into this middle here. So here it is. We got our this loop here. So simply just go into this middle stitch here like this somewhere. Remember, I'm not having any stitch count here. Just randomly inserting my this hook like this, and grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. So simply just have 1 slip stitch, attach your this chains and your this leaf in here, and now we will chain up 15 here. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So just have your this 15 chains, and now have your this first leaf and go into this middle stitch here somewhere here like this, and simply here again we will have 1 slip stitch. So we will insert our hook, and we will have our slip stitch here, and we will attach our this second leaf here, and now you can cut your yarn and secure your this last stitch here, hide your this end in, and I'm gonna meet you after that. And here it is. Our little pouch or our this wall hanging or a home decor is ready. Here it is. It looks like this. You can simply open this one up. Here you can have your stuff in, and you can simply close this one here like this. Here it is. That's it. And I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share, and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.